Welcome! This is Opera, the latest board game from the Game Master. This video will give you a brief idea of the theme and game mechanics of this unique game. Opera is a game for 2 to 4 players ages 12 and up. It takes 90 to 120 minutes to play, and the game takes place in the time that opera took over Europe, from the Baroque through the classical time to Romance. This period is represented in 9 game rounds. The players aim to bring opera to the public. The players who play the greatest pieces at the right time will earn the most victory points and win the game. In round 1, each player starts the game with one small opera house in Venice. During the course of the game, they will build new theaters in other cities and extend the ones they have with wings to make room for more performances. As time progresses, opera will spread to more cities, but at the start of the game, only Venice, Vienna and Berlin are available. These are operas written by 6 famous composers: Handel, Monteverdi, Mozart, Beethoven, Verdi and Wagner. As you can see, there is room for one music piece in a hall. The game is played over 9 rounds. After every 3 rounds there is a counting round in which the players are awarded victory points. These are crucial moments in the game. The players use money to build opera houses and buy new music pieces. However, they also need the money to hire these 6 roles to do the work for them. For example, you have to pay the architetto a fee of 2 before you can start spending money on new theaters. You need the roles to perform actions. At the start of each round, every player decides how much money he wants to spend only on the total fees of these roles. Remember, you need to save some money for the actual theaters and operas you want to buy. The players reveal their bids at the same time, showing what they are spending on the roles this round. They pay the money and move their budget markers up accordingly. Look, the budget level shows how many actions a player can perform this round, but it also decides the playing order. After the bidding, the player with the highest budget is the first to choose a role. He decides which action will be performed. In case of an equal budget level, the player in the leftmost column is on turn. In this case, yellow gets to choose the first role. For example, he chooses the architetto. The architetto's fee is 2, so the yellow player moves his budget marker down 2 spaces. With the architetto, every player can build new opera houses, but the yellow player is the first to choose which he wants to build. For example, he builds a new theater in Vienna with a corresponding wing. He pays the costs and even scores some victory points. The other players can now play along with the architetto in order of the budget level. This means blue is on turn next. He builds only one building tile. This costs him a lower fee, so he will keep the highest budget level. This means he will be next to choose a role. But first, the green and red players can build with the architetto. Keep in mind that it is only a coincidence that they play in a clockwise order here. The budget table always decides who is on turn. Each player can build a maximum of 2 new building tiles whenever the architetto is played, and you can only build one theater in every city. Now again, the player with the highest budget is next to choose another role. Every role belongs to a specific action. I will briefly explain the other 5. With the impresario, players can buy new operas from the composers. The fame ladder shows how popular the composers are. The higher on the fame ladder, the more valuable the music pieces become. At this moment, Handel's pieces cost 6 ducats. And nobody really cares about Wagner. The Signora is a lady in waiting. She is your connection at the palazzo. With her help, you can perform one of your operas at the court. This is a great honor and you earn some victory points and a lot of money this way. The opera has to be from a famous composer though, and you lose it forever, so beware, she is treacherous. The maestro is a great and popular conductor. If he helps with the performances in a city, every visitor is willing to pay higher entrance fees. The income in this city is doubled in the upcoming income phase. The critico is a reviewer, renowned as much as feared. He visits a performance in a city and decides the collective opinion about it. Was it hot or was it not? The fame of the composer goes up or down 2 spaces on the fame ladder. The esperto is the real authority on opera. He really appreciates a good opera, and if he visits a city, the players in this city can score many victory points. However, they do lose their best piece from that city. Now, I'm sure this is a lot of information in one go, but the concept is simple. The player with the highest budget level chooses a role and performs the corresponding action. This goes on until every role has been played or every player has passed. Then there is an income phase. The players collect money from their entrance fees. It is important to remember that the common crowd doesn't care about fame. The income in a city depends on the number of performances, not on their value. After the income phase, the next round is prepared. All roles are put back in their place. The composers write some new pieces, etc. At the start of the next round, all players bid to adjust their budget again. Now the final thing I want to explain are the counting rounds. After every 3 rounds, the players are rewarded with victory points for the pieces they perform in their main halls. Every theater has a main hall. That's hall number 1. The fame of the composer that's performed in this hall decides the number of points. That means that it's important to time it right. Have your best pieces in your main halls at the right time. This can be trickier than it seems. After the 3rd counting round, the game is over. The player with the most victory points is the winner. I hope this video gave you a clear idea of what opera is about. Thank you for watching and have fun!